Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Gunpla TV. This time we are looking at the Load Astray Double Rebake from Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise. Wow, what a name. Now, if you double rebake something, does that mean you've baked it 3 times or 4? Let me know in the comments, because I really need to know. So we've had the Guzian rebake from Iron Blooded Orphans and the Galbaldi remake from the original Build Divers series. Now we have this one. Rebake seems to come from someone at Bandai thinking that this makes for an appropriate term for something redone or rebuilt, kind of like a remake or a reformation. But anyway, as I said, this is from Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise, and it really only shows up in the show for a brief second in the last episode, so I'm surprised it's got a kit at all, but I'm glad it did. And it has 2 pilots. You have Koichi and Ansh, which are both characters from the original Build Divers series. This is based on the Astray series of units from Gundam Seed, specifically the Lord Astray Omega from the ongoing Princess of the Sky manga series. Since Lord and Load are the same in katakana in Japanese, I'm assuming there's some sort of mix-up here with the names, or maybe that's intentional. And the reason this mobile suit has 2 pilots is because both the front and back side can serve as 2 different mobile suits depending on who's piloting. The front side here is called the Quadro mode, which specializes in firearms, and the back is called the Reverso mode, which is a melee combat mech. But we'll get back into these 2 modes in a second. First, let's look at what's in the kit. You have 9 plastic runners, mostly black, white, and purple here. A really small runner of yellow is also here. You get a stand, the typical one you usually see in these types of HG kits these days. A runner of polycaps, a pretty hefty sticker sheet with 22 stickers, beam sabers, and 2 pieces of wire. Don't lose these, as these are loose in the bag. I almost lost them, so be careful. So besides the sabers and polycap runners, everything here is brand new. There are no recycled Astray parts here at all. I wonder if this means that a Lord Omega Astray kit will come out sometime in the near future. Alright, and now for the articulation. First, the head is on a double joint, one at the base of the neck and one inside the head. So you get a little motion backwards and forwards and side to side, just a little bit. And this probably would rotate 360 degrees, but you do have this antenna in the way. On the shoulders here, you have these fins that move up and down and also rotate almost 360 degrees. Again, the head's in the way, so you can't, but a lot of motion there. These wings also move up and down on a separate joint, and this part of the wing also moves down and up. There's also another section here on the wing that can fold open and come out like so. Also, this little section on the pauldron is on a ball joint and can also come out. The pauldrons also are removable, and the shoulders are on these ball joints that can move backwards and forwards with a lot of range, up and down, and 360. The elbows here are on a double joint. You also have the side armor here that can rotate on its ball peg, as well as a removable hand piece here. These hands are on a small ball joint, not a whole lot of movement on these ones. There's also a back piece here that is meant to be up like so in this mode, but can also fold down for the Reverso mode. In addition, you have one joint at the bottom of the abdomen here. Skirt armor that moves a little bit. It's very small skirt armor though. Also in the front you have some skirt armor that doesn't really move, but it's also not in the way. And the back skirt armor does not move. The legs have a joint here that can fold forward. So there's a hip joint here that can pivot forward and in, and the legs have a good amount of motion. There is a double joint at the knee here, but you don't get a whole lot of motion there. Maybe not even 90 degrees, it looks like, just about to here. But if you fold up this part of the double joint first, you get more motion. This kind of black piece here gets in the way unless you specifically bend the upper part of the joint first. There's also this section of the leg here that folds down for the other mode. A foot here on a ball joint. Another foot here for the other mode on a ball joint that can also fold up and down. And on the head, there's also these antennae here that can fold up and away to reveal the face. And this is also meant for the other mode in which the back of the head becomes the main face. I gotta say, in terms of color separation for this high grade kit, it looks really, really good. Especially here on the arms and legs where you have several layers of colors here. For example, the middle part is purple. This is actually 1, 2, 3, 4 different pieces just for this upper arm. So you have your blacks, purples, and whites all separated, and it looks really good. You also have some small yellow pieces just for here, and the stickers add a lot of nice color as well. For stickers, you have one that looks kind of like a mono eye, or the main eye here. Looks really nice. You have a sticker for the Astray eyes in the front, another sticker in the back for this face for the Reverso Mode, 2 on the chest, 2 on these hand pieces, 1 on the abdomen. This purple piece here is a sticker, and 2 on the skirt armor as well. These are black pieces with purple stickers on them. 2 on the upper parts of the legs, 4 on the lower parts of the legs, and again 2 more on the forearms. In addition, there's also these yellow pieces here on the back of the unit. There's actually a lot of detail in here, under here in black, but you just put the big slab of yellow sticker on top of it. It would look nicer painted, but it doesn't look too bad here. My major complaint with the stickers comes from this piece here. As you can see, this is supposed to be a white piece, but it was on the red runner. So you have this red piece of plastic that you just put this giant ugly sticker over, and it doesn't go on as nicely as you'd expect. You can really tell it's a sticker. I have no idea why they did this. I don't know why this isn't just a white piece that they put on one of the white runners. It's not like they had to recycle anything for this kit since it's all brand new. Why not just put this on a white runner and maybe have a black small triangle sticker, and that's it. But instead you get this really ugly sticker on top, and it's just not a good look. But the rest of it looks really, really nice. Very colorful, very vibrant, and the amount of detail on every single piece is incredible. You would probably spend hours and hours getting all the panel lining done on these. So anyway, this is the Quadro mode that most resembles the Astray unit. And as I said before, these come out. You have this piece of wire that can attach into this piece here. And you can get all sorts of poses with this coming off of the Gundam. On top of that, these forearm pieces can swing forward, and with the included beam swords, you can attach them to the front here, and he has a beam saber. This looks really cool, and it can be done with both arms. In the Quadro mode, you can also use the Robe Buster rifle. This is done by taking the pauldrons here and swinging this part forward and taking these handles out. So you have the shoulder pauldron here, you swing it forward and take this handle section out, pop that out this way, and now you have your gun. So in addition to the Quadro mode, you also have the Reverso mode. This is done by taking the pauldrons off and the forearms off, switching the arms around and extending the legs so that you have these additional long, kind of like goat feet looking legs. And of course, the face that's on the back of the Astray Gundam becomes the main head. It's a neat effect, but it's not done seamlessly. Some parts have to be taken off and put back on. It's not a complete transformation in the sense that you can just turn some things around and you're done. It requires some removal of pieces such as the feet or the shoulder armor that needs to be placed into different pegs. After all that though, you do have your Reverso mode here. This mode doesn't really seem to stand up on its own. That's why you do have this additional stand. In addition, this stand is not just the one that you get with normal HD kits. It does have an additional piece here that is specifically for this mode to hold it up. If you do not use this stand, your Reverso mode probably will not stand up on its own unless you want to have it on all fours maybe. It does look like it's supposed to be more of an animal. But regardless, this piece does kind of feel like it's a necessity rather than an accessory. I gotta say, I like how the Quadro mode's visor becomes these kind of like devil horns on this version, on this mode. And while I feel like this design is definitely polarizing, I appreciate that it's something that you really wouldn't expect from Gundam and really does not look like it's something straight out of Gundam. So I appreciate the uniqueness of it. And lastly, you do have 3 additional pieces here that are accessories that you can use on other kits from the Gundam Build Divers series so that you can use this shoulder armor on those kits as well. The one that is shown in the manual is the HGBD GBN guard frame. So you can attach these to the back of the guard frame and you can add these shoulder armors to that if you wanted to. Just to recap, I think the Load Astray Double Rebake is really cool in the fact that it really does not look like something from a Gundam series whatsoever. And the amount of detail and color separation on it looks amazing. Really the only complaint I have is that awful color separation on those two pieces on the shoulder armor. I do not know what they were thinking there. In regards to the Reverso Mode, this is again something really cool that you would not expect out of Gundam. The design here is also kind of lacking in the sense that you really need to stand unless you want to keep this Gundam in poses that are on all fours, because it's going to be falling over altogether. Also, the fact that the Reverso feet kind of just hang in the back of the Quadro mode, they kind of jut out and don't really hide away neatly. So some aspects of this reversible Gundam really just don't quite work, but it's a really cool concept, so I hope they visit it again. I guess you could say the Double Rebake's reversible mode is a little bit half-baked. Well, here you go, Bandai. Let's hope that the Triple Rebake is the perfect one. But regardless, I definitely recommend this kit to anybody, especially if you think it looks really cool. Don't let the minor setbacks discourage you. Check it out. And that's it for me on this episode of Gunpla TV, and I will catch you next time.